Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is Monday, May 13th. Just a short time past 8 in the morning. Got a little bit of time to come out here this morning. I'm going to go check on the Barton Creek Greenbelt again. And there's one other place I want to check on. But I am going to be cutting out early today. I have a ton of meetings today, so I'm going to be cutting out early here in about an hour, actually. And got some meetings to get to today. Good morning, Sean Dunn. How are you doing, man? So I wanted to talk a bit about the severe weather threat that we're under today. Let me pull it up, actually. We're going to talk briefly about it. Let me get my software fired up. Man, I gotta find a better way to do this because while I'm mobile like this, I have to stream from a laptop, and as you can imagine, the encoder on the laptop just doesn't want to cut it. It doesn't like to work well. Let's see, we'll do that. We'll go to severe weather. Hail is the primary threat today. Let's see. So hail is going to be the primary threat. You can see on the graphic that's in front of you, the hatched area where you see the dotted lines. I know, with my base map is black, it's kind of hard to see the other colors, but we are well within the area for severe hail today. And I'll use a term that Reed Timmer uses, gorilla hail. And it could get big. The hail could be substantial. We've been very much under the gun this spring for large hail. I don't know what the deal is. We've had some massive hail come through the area. So today is going to be an interesting day. I'm going to try to finish up my meetings, and that way I can be out here on the street later this afternoon. I'd like to try to find a way. So here's my question, Sean, if you're listening, I have a question. So the dish I have on top of my car, it's Starlink dish. So if I put something over the top of that that's plastic, let's just say like a garbage can lid, will that block the signal, or will it make it through plastic? Because I know the Hughes satellite internet, it will broadcast through plastic. But will that? It's not KU or KA band, which the Hughes internet ran off of KU band, and then the Hughes satellite internet that was on like gas stations was KA band satellite. And even if you go back into the 90s and the big dishes that you would see in people's backyards, that was C band. So I don't know what band this satellite is broadcasting on, or sending and receiving on. So I guess I could probably just try it. Just throw a lid over it, and if it broadcasts, it broadcasts. My problem is I don't want to destroy my dish if I get caught in hail, because that's an extremely expensive dish. I mean, it's like $3,000 for that dish. So I don't want to have to replace it. But at the same time, I was thinking, if it will broadcast through plastic, even if it's degraded a bit, then I could strap like a trash can lid over the top of it. And if it does start hailing, too bad, then at least I could save the dish. I'm not worried about the car. This car is made for exactly what I'm doing right now. This is all we use it for. So if we get hail dents in this car, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Dang, you almost cut me off there, Toyota. So if anybody knows anything about Hughes satellite or Starlink, let me know if it'll work through a trash can lid. Let's see. Let's see what fire incidents are happening in the city at the moment. There is a traffic injury at 45th and Red River and a fire alarm. So not a whole lot. Uh-oh, Encoder's having issues. Dadgummit. Man, I'll tell you what. Last week was a bad week, y'all. I had a very bad week, and I went to bed last night with the goal of waking up this morning and making this week a better week. It was kind of a confluence of issues last week that were causing just massive stress. I don't talk publicly, or I don't post publicly about all the nasty messages and threats that I get in my DMs, and I don't talk about them on purpose. That's the more you talk about them, the more credit you give the people that are doing it, and I just don't want to give them any more credit, so I don't talk about it. But at the same time, it doesn't. I have kids. Oh, shit. Did I lose it? Are you back? There you are. Okay. So what I was saying was, I have children, and I took an oath to them that I would always put them before myself or anything that I'm doing. And if I think that I'm putting them in danger by covering some of the stuff that I'm covering and doing what I'm doing, I will shut this shit down in nothing but a second. I mean, nothing but a second. They were given a bad hand in life. They were dealt a bad hand, and I refuse to bring any kind of harm to them. So it sucks, man. Humans can be some nasty people, and it's kind of shocking when you get down to it. But some of the messages that I've gotten, I forwarded on to law enforcement because they were kind of specific. But most of them, 90% of them, 95% of them are just jackasses on the internet talking shit. But after a while, and you know what? All of this hate started. It started when I started covering the protest. And so I know where it's coming from. We all know where it's coming from. And it's coming from the far left. The Antifa type people. And they send those threats to try to threaten you into silence. That's what they want. They want to shut you down with their stupid threats. And it ain't gonna happen. So I am gonna be looking into, at a certain point, as we grow, I will have more security with me when we're out working. for a couple of reasons. Not mainly because of the threats. That's kind of stupid, but mainly because of carrying around a $5,000 camera in a homeless camp. I don't want somebody to crack my head open to take my camera just to go pawn the stupid thing. Oh, man. I wonder what that is. Pokey Joe's, Pokey Joe's, Pokey Joe's. Pokey Joe's, Pokey Joe's, Pokey Joe's. Let's see. Sean says, no other agenda like anarchy or anti-capitalist, etc. Wait, you're an Antifa supporter? And you watch me? That's odd. So, yes, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I agree with you on that one, that the protest often gets hyped. So, look, here's the thing. I saw that happen at these protests at the college. Like, I saw them. There was literally, so, look, the protesters were doing their protesting, right? The cops came in because of the encampments, but the protesters, on the other hand, they backed away, they ringed the area, and they kind of stayed away from the cops. But it is very obvious when, like, I don't know, like, you would have a handful, 4 or 5 people that would come up to the cops, start throwing water bottles at them. I mean, literally, they would instigate a reaction from the cops. And then once that happened, the herd mentality took over. But you are 100% right about that the protests are hijacked by people. I watched it happen. I've heard people talking about that in the past, about how that happens, and I really didn't understand it too much. But I'm telling you right now, after watching what happened at the university, I believe it 100%. Because that absolutely happened. And, you know, I wish, you know what, I need to go back through my videos, my streams, and I need to pull out examples of that happening, because I am certain I caught it on stream. It was very obvious. And, you know, but like I said, once they would instigate a reaction from the police, and the police started using pepper spray or whatever, then the whole crowd would just, the tension would amp up. It was like a feeding frenzy. It was like like the more that the crowd put out, the more energy the crowd put out, the more energy the cops put out. And then the cops would respond with force, and then the crowd, it was just like a back and forth until it started getting out of control. Till finally the cops did what's called I guess you would call it like a strategic retreat, where they basically started backing out of the area to de-escalate. And I think that was absolutely the right idea, or the right thing for them to do, is to kind of back out some. I've got them to have full recording from non-streaming camera and approached one who then actively tried to get away from me. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even try to talk to anybody. I did the first day. I tried to talk to some people, but it was kind of pointless. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't going to have anything to do. They weren't going to talk. But it is absolutely true that the university should be separating the activists from the protesters. That is absolutely true. And before I had actually witnessed it firsthand, I don't think I would have understood what you were saying about that. But after seeing it firsthand, I completely understand what you're saying. And here's the other thing: the people that were doing the agitating, the people that were provoking the police, they were older, much older. I mean, I guess it's possible they could have been students, but it's highly doubtful they were students. I mean, they were older people. And every one of them, at one day on the protests, it was the people that were doing the provoking and the instigating violence. They were all wearing camouflage jackets, and they were holding signs that says veterans against something or other. Veterans Against Genocide, I think is what it said. Oh, man. But we're going to have more protests. They've moved off the college campuses. So maybe things will stay peaceful, and they can get their point across. They can they can protest, and they can let their voice be heard. Even if you do not agree with what they're protesting for, everybody should agree that protest is needed, and it is very valuable in this country. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. Protest is part of what makes this country free, I think. We are pulling up at the Green Belt. Summer of Love. Yeah, Summer of Love in Austin is not, I don't think it would ever happen here. I think they would shut it down before it ever got to that point. I'm surprised somebody hasn't tried to do a, what do they call that? Like what they did at that park up in Seattle. They call it something, a liberated zone, or I forget what they call it now, but I'm surprised somebody hasn't tried it here. But like I said, I really don't think the city government would let that happen, to be honest with you. I think they would shut it down pretty quick. Yeah, autonomous zone. There you go. Why didn't I think of that? Such an easy thing to say. What did I call it? A liberated zone? Shit.
1207. King 6156, 41 at Highland.
Man, I am so glad last week is over. Holy shit. Last week was tough, boys. And I am not kidding you. But we're in a different week. This week's going to be a better week. So, what's your over-under on if the city is out here doing any cleaning right now? An autonomous zone? Yeah, it is. I think it is an anarchist concept for sure. Those damn anarchists. You know, I'm going to tell you, some of the stuff that they say, some of the stuff they believe, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, especially like your libertarians. They love that anarchy. They love that anarchy. And we may lose connection here as I go under these trees. Quick. Alright, boys, let's see what's happening. We are here. We have arrived. Alright, let's see. Nope, they are not here. Yep, they're not here. Interesting.
In case we get any response from it.
I wonder why they are not here. This security guard that's right here in front of us. Y'all see that car off in the distance, the black car? I guarantee you. So in a lot of these camps, what ends up happening is a lot of drugs are trafficked out of these camps, and so you'll see cars pull up. I can't see the plate from here, but a lot of times you'll see cars pull up and they'll have their plate either blocked or they'll just take them completely off. They'll pick up the dope and then they'll move on. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet that car over there has no plate on it? Or either that or the plate's covered. I'm going to bet you money that that car has a plate covered and it's here picking up dope. And yes, they do it right. It doesn't matter if security's here or not. They don't care about security at all. Here comes somebody on a bike. All right, Sean, be safe, man. Let's check this car out.
752 return.
Told you, no plate.
752.
Morgan is eligible and clear, negative 99. He mentions in house with the previous citation for no deal.
What's up, dude? What happened down there, man? Did they clear everything out? They clear y'all out down there?
Block of RM 1869 for a motor vehicle crash within.
Did the city? So they went down there and started throwing your stuff out. Oh, have they not been down there yet? They haven't been down there yet? Is there still anybody down in there? Is she the white girl with the blonde hair? Oh, man. Y'all need anything? Water? Give me a minute. I'll go get y'all some water. Is that all y'all need? Y'all need something else?
Cigarettes.
All right. What, menthol?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Be right back, bro. Y'all going to be here for about 10, 15 minutes?
We're not here at the bus stop across the street.
Bus stop across the street? All right. All right, we're going to go get them some water and a pack of smokes. How's the weather looking in Austin today? It's going to be tough today. We're going to have some serious, we're probably going to have some pretty serious weather here today. Looks like a lot. Biggest threat today is going to be hail. Big hail. Pretty big hail. we're gonna go get them some water and some smokes, and then I'm gonna go down in there and we're gonna make a video. We're gonna do a video. I wonder where the closest gas station would be. Probably down Lamar. So timing is gonna be probably now look, this is my I haven't really looked at the actual forecast, but it's gonna be this afternoon into this evening, probably late afternoon, 4 or 5ish in that area. But again, that could change, man. The weather is especially this time of year. There's so many factors that go into making severe weather happen. Lapse rates, helicity, shear, the cap breaking. There's just so much that goes into it that it's hard to say. It's hard to say exactly what time it's going to happen. Yep, there is a 7-Eleven right down here, isn't there? See, we go, I don't mind buying people water and food at all. And honestly, I really don't even mind buying folks a pack of smokes because it helps keep me safe. Now, since I'm buying these guys a pack of smokes and some water, I'm going to be able to go down into their camp right now and film, and we're not going to have any issues. Make sense? And if we do have issues, since I'm helping them, they will help keep me safe. All right, guys, I'll tell you what, y'all watch the car for a second. I'll be right back. Let's go back. Let's go make a video. Hey Deborah, how are you doing? Happy Monday. Yeah, we had a good Mother's Day. It was a little embarrassing. I thought, my wife loves steak, and so I was like, look, we're gonna go cook. I'm gonna cook her the best steak she's ever had. So I went to HEB, was looking for a good steak, and a Wagyu steak caught my eye. I was like, you know what? That's it, Wagyu. I always hear all these good things about Wagyu. I've never had Wagyu steak. I've never had Wagyu anything. And so I bought it. It was like $25 for a sirloin. Cooked it on the grill. I don't know what I did wrong, man. Toughest piece of freaking meat I've ever had in my life. It was not good. I had some just, prime New York strip steaks. It was like I got 3 of them for like $25. So basically 3 straight steaks for the price of 1 Wagyu steak. The strips were, man, they were so much better than the Wagyu steak. It wasn't very good at all. Maybe I cooked it wrong. Maybe I cooked it on too high of a temperature. Maybe I don't know. Whatever I did it wrong, and it was not good at all. But of course, my wife, being the sweetheart that she is, refusing. My wife is a sweetheart. I will admit that. This time, a year and a half ago, I was doing something completely different than what I'm doing right now. Sometimes it blows my mind what I'm able to do right now for a living. It just I don't. It's hard ass work, but man, I'll tell you what. I was an so by profession, I'm an engineer. That's what I was before I quit to do this. And I went from a very, very well paying job as a senior engineer to this. To helping homeless people, making videos, advocating, streaming, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know what I am. I don't know if I'm a content creator, journalist, streamer. I don't know. But all I know is I'm happier. And my wife is happier. Even though she doesn't like it that I go into homeless camps a lot. Hang on, guys. We're going to get these guys some cigarettes. Guys, man, I'm sorry they did that to you.
They took the canoes or kayak too.
They threw it away?
It went straight in the dumpster.
Bro. Menthol, right? Alright, I'm gonna go down there and take a look, see what's up down there. You say Mary, she's down there?
Yeah, she's sleeping on the beach with that. Sleeping there.
She's in.
Yeah, as soon as you go through and go down, go
Okay.
trash.
I don't want to bother her too much. Alright, guys, y'all be safe. Alright. Was that Mary? I bet you money that's the same Mary that I met last week. And there's Mary's dog. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here.